Sorry for the audio if it's not very good. I have no AC right now. I live in Louisiana, and so it's very hot, and I have windows open, and my setup is just kind of all in pieces since I don't have my computer. My main PC is not on, so I'm trying to do this without any kind of PC intervening. Okay, so hopefully this echo is just in my headphones and not on air. Alright, so as far as what I ordered, I got the DIY version of this laptop, which means I get I'm not sharing here. Let me fix that. Okay, so I got the DIY version of the laptop, which means that the main board comes installed as well as the battery, screen, stuff like that, but other various components come separately. So if you don't know anything about the Framework laptop, it's an upgradable and repairable laptop. That's like the main intention behind it. I feel like, hold on one second here. Okay, I don't know if my thing is being weird. Okay, anyway, so what I ordered was an i7, whatever the Tiger Lake i7 was. I'm going to make another video about this, and I'll have more detailed specs and stuff. Ordered 16 gigs of RAM, so it comes with Crucial. Let's see if I can manually focus on this. Basically comes with Crucial 3200 megahertz, and I got 16 gigs worth. So came with 2 of those. It also came with this is a Intel Wi-Fi 6E module. So this is like the latest Wi-Fi standard. I think I'm gonna have some issues when I go to install Linux with it because of that, but we'll see what happens. And then the other thing that is really cool about this laptop is you get the ability to customize your ports. So it has like it has sort of like 4 Thunderbolt, or I guess they're technically USB 4, but they're Thunderbolt 3 compatible ports on it, and you get to pick 4 ports. So I went with 2 USB-Cs, a USB-A, just because I still have some things that use that, and I don't want to have to have some sort of dongle to make that work. And same thing for HDMI. I find that I have some cables that kind of help with, USB-C to DisplayPort, but I don't really keep many of those. Hold on a second. I'm just trying to pull up my chat here. Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, no PS2 ports. Apparently there is there's some sort of USB or some sort of BIOS setting about that, which I think can cause some issues. That is suggested that you disable if you're running Linux, so I'll probably go and do that. But let's start by opening this main box here. Get the laptop out. Some documentation. I think it's just, yeah, it's fairly basic. It's not going to be that useful. They make the packaging out of recycled cardboard, so that's pretty cool. Close this up. Okay. So here's the laptop. It's made out of aluminum, I think. So it's fairly sturdy. From what I've read, it's not it's not going to be as solid as like a unibody laptop, which is what Apple makes, or one that's glued together on the inside, but it's still supposed to be pretty sturdy. This screwdriver I pulled out is supposed to be the only tool that you need to work on this laptop. So it's got a, I think it's Posi, whatever it is, Posi something. It's sort of like Torx, but it's like I think strips less often, so a lot of people are moving to it, but it's a fairly standard bit, so you don't need this screwdriver, but it's just handy. And then you get a spudger on the other end just to help with cables and getting the laptop open and stuff like that. Okay, so I'll just open it real quick, but we're going to go to the bottom first. So here's what you get. Keyboard. This trackpad feels smooth, sort of like an Apple trackpad, but we'll see how it works in the end. And this screen is like one of those screens that can go 180 degrees, so that's pretty handy. And let's see what else about that. This bezel is magnetic, so you can replace it pretty easily if something happens to it. And then let's see if I can get these to show. Zoom in a little bit here, so bear with me. It's kind of hard to see, but there's an actual switch for the webcam and the microphone, like a physical switch. So rather than having having to put some sort of sticker on it that will, block your webcam or whatever, you can physically disconnect it, which is a much safer way because, it stops it from being able to turn on the webcam and the microphone especially, because if you have a sticker, they can still turn on your microphone and listen to what you're saying. Okay, so we're going to go in through we first undo the screws on the bottom. They have some guides online on how to do this, and I might have to pull one up just to be sure, but there's 5 screws on the bottom. And they're captive, which is cool. So I don't know if you know what a captive screw is, but basically it stays stuck in the case when it's fully unscrewed. That way you don't lose it. It's a nice feature. I think this is the one. One of these, I believe it's that one. It unscrews at a different depth than the others, and that's to help raise this specific edge so that it's easier to open the laptop. And then these 4, you can see these 4 spots right here. This is where these expansion ports go into. So that way you can swap them in and out and stuff like that. But that's the last step in this, so we'll come back to that. All right, once you have it undone, flip it over, and you open the screen. I think it's set to about 120 degrees. And then this corner corresponds to that screw that didn't come up. Where did I put the screwdriver? Here we go. Kind of blends in since it's black, but it's apparently the top is magnetic, so that's what's holding it on. It's not like a friction clip or something like that. Did I undo that screw enough? Let me go back. There's not going to be a raffle to win this one, I'm afraid. Maybe one day in the future if this turns into a framework streaming empire or something. I guess I should say one of the reasons I decided to take a risk on this is I kind of believe in what they're doing. It can be risky to buy a whole laptop from a new company, but I think making equipment that can be repaired is a positive. Okay, I guess you guys can see it on here. Let me see. Let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, that's the wrong wheel. But this this orange tab here is what connects this. There's a ribbon cable that's going up to the keyboard. So they put a little loop so you can just pop it out. And we're going to set that to the side. I'm just going to check. They did mention making sure that this little cable right here is all the way in, which means you can't really, you're not going to be able to see the detail, but you have to make sure this little white line is lined up. Okay, let me just see if there's anything going on here. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I'd really like to have something like that. Bear with me 1 minute. I'm gonna disconnect this iPad so I can put it where I can actually see it while I'm working. Okay, so this is the inside of it. Let me zoom back out a little bit. There we go. So the main thing you're going to notice is there's QR codes everywhere, which means so that you can scan these and pull up like guides or replacement parts for them. And I like how everything is clearly labeled, like the memory channels. It's going to be hard to make out, but they actually say channel 0 and channel 1 on them instead of like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, which is kind of confusing sometimes. And then what else is cool in here? So the battery and the main board are both replaceable. So if in the future something happens to this laptop, I can basically order a new part and replace it. Or if they come out with a new board, like this is an Intel chip, but obviously AMD is sort of a market leader. If they came out with a chip, we could swap this laptop to possibly an AMD chip in the future. So I think the first recommendation was to install, 1 second, it's basically to install the NVMe drive. What's really cool is they basically have guides on how to replace every single part in this laptop already, so it's pretty cool. All right. Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so a cool thing about this laptop is because I ordered the DIY one and they just ship you some parts, is that they enable you to order no part in a slot. So if you find a better deal on, say, an NVMe drive that you would rather put in your laptop or you have one laying around, you don't get charged for that. So they're not just trying to make money off of components, which is really cool. So I had initially I did order a drive in here, like a PCIe 3.0 drive, 512 gigs. And I noticed on Prime Day they had a sale on the 500 gig PCIe 4.0 version of that drive. So, and this laptop does support PCIe 4.0. So I just had them remove it from my order and got the part in from Amazon. And now we can install it. So we'll just install this. It would be really cool if they made these screws captive, but I'm not sure that that's the thing you could do. So I'm going to insert this. It always feels so weird to install a NVMe drive just because of how they go in slanted and then you push them flat. But I guess it's not that different than RAM, honestly. So, all right. So that's our first component done. Hope everyone's finding this informational so far. Okay, NVMe, yes. All right, now we're going to insert memory modules. So those are right here. I'll try to zoom in and get a better shot of all of this once I've installed this stuff so that you guys can take a look. This one module. I'm having a time with this packaging. I should put this spudger to use. Okay. And the other way, I think. All right, that's our RAM done. So the only thing left is, it's better than shoving RAM in. That is gross. Yeah, that's how it is, I guess. Okay, so this is the part that I've never done on a computer before, so I'm gonna take my time with this. We're gonna install the Wi-Fi module. I'm not wearing an anti-static wristband, I don't normally, but with my AC being out, it's very hot, or very humid in here anyway, so I don't think I would get any sort of static even if I wanted to. Alright, unscrew that thing. Alright, so the antennas are right here. Pull them out of the way for a second. Okay, that's where they attach. So their first recommendation is to put them in to their little, let's see if I can show this if you've never seen it. There's these two little nodes, which are where the antennas clip on. They put little plastic covers on these. Oh, nope. There we go. Popping it out of that little thing made it a little bit easier. Okay. So, there's these little channels for the wires to keep them away from things that they shouldn't be near. Sorry for the airplane. That's not the stream for today. Okay. Then this just inserts into here, kind of like a NVMe or M2. There's another little thing I need to snake around. Oh, you see something here. Okay. Kind of nicked the insulation on that, but hopefully it's good. Oh, I see part of the problem. I do need to go around that little thing right here. Okay. And then put this back on. This direction. Okay. All right, that was probably like the most fiddly part. May have missed chat questions. Hold on a second. Okay. I guess I don't mean for it to be an ASMR stream, but I guess it feels that way. Just trying to concentrate here. I'm probably going to run Fedora. I saw the distro question there. Let me see something real quick. Okay, let me change the orientation of these. Not which one they're plugged into, but which one runs on top of the other. There we go. Okay, I think that's going to fit much better now. Uh-oh, where did that screw go? There it is. I guess that's handy. The case being magnetic means your screws don't roll away when they touch it. Okay, hopefully that concludes the ASMR portion of today's presentation. All right, let's see. I already checked that. All right, now we just put it back together and put the ports in. So I have to take that little this little cable, plug it back in. It's kind of hard to see from this angle. Nope, I keep missing. There we go. Okay. And we'll put this back on top. Perfect. Make sure I have all this Here it is. Okay, now let's install some ports. Start with this USB-C. So this is what they look like. This is like the underside, or this is the side that faces outward. This is the part that'll face the laptop. This is USB-C on this side, and then you can see it's like another USB-C on that side. So I'm going to slide this in. You hear it click. It's in. I think to get it out, you push this little thing and pull out, maybe? Maybe not. I'm going to have to investigate that. Alright. Throw USB-A on that side. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry about the focus. I'm manually focusing, so Panasonic cameras are great, but you cannot trust their autofocus for this kind of stuff. I am going to try to make a video about this with sort of a macro lens so you can see more of the details of what it looks like. And then the last one will be the HDMI right here. So we got HDMI and USB-C on this side, and then USB-C and USB-A on this side, and it comes with a headphone jack. So, all right, let's see. I guess technically the ports would be hot swappable since they're basically just Thunderbolt to whatever adapters. So I think yes, they would be. I don't have any confirmation on that though. Okay, so I also had them not send me a charger. Oh, the ice cream man is coming. Sorry, I still have the window open because it's hot in here. So I got this charger from Hyper, which is stackable. You can plug like multiple into them, but each port can, or the whole charger total can do 100 watts. So the recommended amount for this laptop is 60. That's what they would sell you if you buy theirs. But I decided to leave that one out and just get one of my own. Let me get this plugged in. Oh boy. Does anyone want any ice cream? Yeah, I really like that you can swap the ports. That's very handy. The other thing, I didn't get any because I don't need it, but they also are making ones that are just chunks of storage. So like 200, like 250 gigs or 500 gigs of storage. So you don't just have to get ports. I'm assuming it came with no charge in it, so might have. This button is a fingerprint reader, but I don't know how well Linux is going to support that, so I'm not counting on it working well. It doesn't really bother me if it doesn't do anything. Let me see if I can. Re-angle this. It's not quite turning on yet, though. Excuse my very messy workspace. Okay, fill this fan. Oh, I forgot. They did mention it might take a little while to start up the first time because it's doing RAM things. I can tell the backlight is on. You probably can't see it. Oh, there we go. All right. So let's see. I have no idea what I'm doing here. I might have to do a little Googling. I got grub. I just want to start. Oh. Okay, so currently I think their design for cooling is only going to work with integrated GPUs. I don't know if they're going to change that in the future, but they basically designed it for like what do I want to say? For 35 watt parts, I think. So that's the thing that you have to. That's a budget that they have to stay within, basically. Okay, so I got to figure out how to install Linux on this. So I think I'm going to call it there. But I hope everyone found this interesting. And I'm going to make some more videos about it once I get everything up and running and I've used it for a little while. So I guess that's it. Thanks for watching if you were watching.